there are so many people who have done, in my opinion, some of the most awful things to one another, to other people. You know, like I know a couple that the wife shot the husband in an argument, right? She didn't go to jail, still makes jokes about it. Now it's this humorous, funny story. Like something that is, I couldn't even fathom shooting somebody that I love. Couldn't even fathom getting to that point of rage and anger. That I mean, I have a lot of rage and anger, but I would never, ever shoot someone, stab someone.
Right.
My anger comes from fear. Fear takes over, and I start getting extremely defensive, and then I start to yell.
Like a caged animal.
Probably, yeah. Those stories for other people seem funny and, yeah, you know.
Do you think
somebody shot somebody and it's funny, and you know, I'm like, it's mind-boggling to me, because I just go, how does this all become accepted? Like I said to my daughter, you know, you laugh when I tell you these, we talk about these stories about your grandmother, you laugh that she is crazy and all that stuff, but you didn't laugh when it's me. It's not a humorous story when it's me. It's I got problems, you know? I have mental issues that need to be worked on. I don't know where I'm going with any of this. I'm just, you know.
That's all right.
It just blows my mind sometimes. I used to tell my brothers, my mother should not get a pass on all the horrible shit that she's done.
Do you think that they have been able to work through that and forgive her?
Well, I think they've had a different experience than I have.
Yeah.
She left my father and ran away and grabbed the kids and did like my ex-wife did, kept the kids away from him, and she made up all these horrible things about him, that he was this horrible person. And
oh, wow. A total repeat.
It's this whole sordid story that changes over the decade. I introduce you to my parents. This is Ron and Carmen Janzeski. This was their wedding day. Look at them. I mean, come on. Could you pick a more movie star looking couple? Hey, look at Carmen. Look at her. Have you ever seen a woman more beautiful than that? They met in a little Greasy Spoon in New York City. My mother was a waitress, and he used to come in to the Greasy Spoon. Here's a young man who came from poverty. His father was a raging alcoholic, and his mother was the same. They had 14 kids, and 10 of them had some form of mental retardation or autism. It was tremendous poverty and trouble. I mean, he must have thought he hit the jackpot when he met my mother. He had to have been smitten from the very moment he laid eyes on her. I remember once asking my mother, how did you marry a guy by the name of Janzeski? In school, I used to have trouble even writing the name. It wasn't even my name. I didn't even use it, but they would ask me, well, what's your mother's name? Oh, it's different than my name. Well, what's the last name? Janskz. Look, I'm sorry to the Polish people out there, but anything with a ski on the end just sounds funny to me.
Hey, Johnny, how about a beer, huh?
A couple Charles Bukowskis?
A couple of Brustoyevskis?
Maybe a Mike Brugaslowski?
Perhaps a Teddy Bruschi?
That's a good one.
So I asked my mom, how did you end up marrying a guy named Ronald Janzeski? Never forget, she said, it was his walk. He had this really cool walk. And then she proceeded to show me the walk. I'll never forget, I'm a kid, and she's showing me the walk. And she said he used to hold his cigarette in his hand, and he used to have it flipped over like this. And he had this walk where he had this slide. My father, he had the pimp walk. He was walking with the slide, and he had the cigarette, and the slide, and the cigarette. So this was it. This is when the Polish pimp met the Puerto Rican princess, and they began their journey together. What I always wondered was, when did he find out that she had 3 little boys at home and a husband? I was saying to my daughter, you know, who I am right now is exactly who my mother was. Basically, my mother's taught me, one, never trust anybody. All growing up, first of all, my mother never had any friends. I don't ever remember my mother having friends. One friend I remember her having that lived next door on one of the streets we lived on. Other than that, we were always the center of war in every neighborhood we moved to. It didn't matter where we lived, our house was the beginning of some kind of battle or war with everybody in the neighborhood.
Really?
And she taught me what I do today, which is if somebody hurts you,
Lash
fuck
out.
them. Yeah, they're done. They're done. I'm done with them. It's over. We're finished.
There's no negotiation.
No, we're done. Yeah, you screwed me. We're finished. We're done. I'm cutting you out like a bad habit. Just done. And that's who I am. Trust people. Couldn't trust her, you know? So,
Right.
see, the thing is, I can't trust her, so I'm using the same technique she's taught me against her. And nobody seems to recognize that. They don't see that that's something that she taught.